right there.
Hello, guys and gals, and welcome back for a little chat with the world's most average Hunt Showdown hunter. Coming at you with another video. If you were able to watch my last one, we were chasing a single hunter who had the bounty who slipped from us. Now, one thing about this that's not great is we are just running, and when I say we, I mean me. I'm running into an area that I already know a group of hunters were fighting at before. So I'm kind of just running in willy-nilly, which isn't great, which brings us to our first mistake, is just running carelessly through the bayou like this. I shouldn't be randomly shooting. I shouldn't be just jumping through the water like this. This is a lot that I'm doing wrong almost immediately. And with that comes a fix of watching and assessing. As you can see here, there was a blast sense, there's birds, there's bounty. That means there's at least two teams here, as the bounty was in one location and the gunshots were in a different location, showing that there are two teams fighting. However many there are is unknown, but there are at least one team versus one team, which is always great information. So, as I stated, a quick fix for this is just taking your time and trying to assess what's going on. While I'm able to do that, we finally slow our roll. We see someone shooting down there, and if you can see, I see two hunters, one up, one down, and because of that, I don't shoot because I'm not sure which is the better location until I finally take a shot and miss. And there's the third person of their team sneaking in. So we now know that there's three people, and they are in a better position than us, dependent on who you are, because they have a compound that they can move around in and try to shoot us from. I have a lot of shrubbery, but that's not going to help a lot from shots from the other team, so I try to get in cover just to make sure, and it's going to only go so well. That brings up our next mistake, which is a trend from our other one. I was not keeping track of where they were. I was not paying attention to my map or my dark sense, and if you see the birds, they are once again getting away. They ran into the forest. We thought they were at the compound, and just because I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings, they are now on the clear other side of the compound, and we are now have to go and chase again. So once again, another easy fix is looking at your dark sense to follow the lightning, which it gives you a rough estimate of where they are going, as you can see here. Or to follow up, you can look at your map to try to gauge where they might be going. So with that, I do assume that they are at the circus or headed to the circus. As I quick looked at the map, I was able to see that, and I will bring that up one more time. They are now at the circus, confirming they picked up the bounty at the circus. So I was able to grab some quick information and help me move forward to our next compound. Now, fighting a team in the compound as we're going to, I don't believe is the right choice, which brings up our next mistake, which I believe is trying to fight a team outside of the circus. While they are in there, they're able to, there's two toolboxes in there, a billion different places to get ammo, a billion different places to take cover. The one downside they would have had would have been the bear, but the bear was not in there. So they had perfect cover the whole time, and they were able to throw so many different items at us. They threw a hive, they threw a bomb, they threw so many things at us. So, and while we are out here just depleting our resources, using all of our healing items, just trying to get a good look, and I believe possibly what a good fix would be is to try to push here. If I would have tried to push after the shot, of course, I could have maybe came back from behind. Now that my teammate was down, they might get a little bloodthirsty, they might get a little extra. They might think, okay, 2 versus 1. Where if instead I was too hesitant here, I was a bit nervous, I didn't know what would happen, my teammate here is showing me that they're over there, this would have been a very good time for me to push and try to go in the correct way like this. I'm a bit too late. My teammate was luckily able to. I'm seeing people, I'm getting better view, but then I come back out and try to get the high ground. Sometimes the high ground is really good, but in this position, I wasn't in a good high ground. I didn't use my concertina, I had a firebomb, I had a lot of stuff I could have used here that I didn't. And I essentially got put on a pedestal for them to shoot. They headshotted me very easily. Luckily, my teammate was able to revive me fairly quickly. I still was playing very aggressive here while 2 of them were there, so I decided to retreat. It's good to not jump down like you saw. I don't know if that would have killed me, but it would have been very close due to the fall damage. So I am now doing what I should have done in the first place, and I am going through the circus to try to get some supplies and cut off all of their. I'm trying to also help my teammate, but they burned out. If I would have made some better choices immediately rather than going on the pedestal. My teammate is now down, so it's now a 1 versus 3, and I try to do a little shot and shimmy here. I try to go for the big win, try to help him miss. However, he had a shotgun, which made it very hard to. That dance I was doing was never going to work. He just needed to point and click until I was done. So if it was a normal gun, maybe that dance would have helped, but also that was, any other person probably would have figured out what I was doing. With that being said, there are some quick mistakes and fixes. I hope you all enjoy the video. Leave a comment below if you see any more mistakes to add on. Everybody out there, be safe, enjoy your time, and see you in the next one, and hope to run into you in the bayou.